Now, many of you already know that Sun International is one of the companies listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange who is in the traveling and leisure industry. This is the company, or this is one of the best company in the traveling and leisure industry because, ladies and gents, in terms of earnings, in terms of revenues, we have seen them recovering quite well. I mean, you will know that Sun International, when you look into the 2022 full year, of course, earnings, they saw their revenues heading back towards pre-COVID levels, which is something that was pretty amazing. This is the very same thing that made me or attracted me to really boost my holdings into Sun International, which now, as a result of those earnings, they are the largest holdings, or they are my largest holding in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, or in the JSE stocks, or in stocks listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. It is for this reason that, ladies and gents, today, as I'm doing this video, I'm up 20% on this stock because my average purchase share price is around 35 rands and 20 cents, and to see Sun International closing around 42 rands per share yesterday, it is resulting into me to see myself sitting at 20%, which of course my profits are over 10,000 rands. So, as I'm saying, I like Sun International because of their earnings, but one of the good things that made me come back to Sun International a bit heavy is because of their dividend yield that they are currently, or they've been paying out since 2022. You will know that Sun International, at a certain point, I think around 2017, 2016, they stopped paying dividends and resumed, or only resumed last year, or sometime the second half of last year, which is something that was pretty amazing. I mean, this year, or when you look at the total dividend yield, Sun International is currently having a dividend yield of just over 9%, which therefore means that you will get back 9% of the total trading price, 9% against the, of course, 42 rands that is currently trading at. That is the total dividend yield that Sun International currently has, or an annual dividend yield, which is something that is pretty amazing. I mean, the last time we received dividends, I think it was sometime around August, September, where we got to paid, or we were paid a dividend of around 1 rand and 60 cents per share. I mean, I was pretty excited about that dividend, but the dividend that, of course, took it all from me was the dividend we received around March, which, ladies and gents, it was almost 3 rands per share, which of course made me to be really excited also. So over and above the good gains, over and above, of course, these big profits that Sun International is generating, or has been generating, we've been seeing them also paying their dividends, or dividends to those that owns the Sun International stock, which is something that is pretty amazing. Now, the reason for today's video, ladies and gents, is of course the big acquisition that Sun International just announced. This is the acquisition of another traveling and leisure industry company by the name of Piermont Group. Now, this group, what we read is that they have got 11 properties, or they have 11 properties across South Africa and Botswana, which is something that, of course, to hear Sun International acquiring this, of course, traveling and leisure company, it is making me to be really excited, because this is the very same thing that they said they would do during their earnings, so when they released their 2022 full year earnings, and that was, they indicated that they are planning to expand and build more and get more hotels, and boost, of course, their gaming side of the business, which is the most important business, or which is the most generating, of course, revenue business, because over 70% of their revenues comes from, of course, the gaming side of the business, the slots, sun bets. That's where they're generating majority of their revenue as the group. And to get to see that they acquired yet another company that has, by the way, over 3,300 slots, which is something that this makes me to be really excited, because, ladies and gents, they are going to also not only boast, of course, their hotel and resorts business, but they are also going to get a serious boost when we look into the, of course, the gaming business. So I'm very excited about this And of course, the share price also has been responding pretty good on to these earnings, because I think the last 3 trading sessions, Sun International has been around 40 rands per share, and now I think when they closed yesterday, they were around 42 rands per share, which is, of course, I think as a result of this news. So I'm very excited about this news, and ladies and gents, I personally believe that it is a good acquisition, because this, of course, Piedmont Group, one of their flagship asset is, of course, Emperor's Palace. Those of you that are in Joburg, you will know how beautiful, how good Emperor's Palace is. Emperor's Palace, it is a very good place to be. So this Emperor's Palace, or this flagship asset of Piedmont, was generating Piedmont an EBITDA margin of 40%. This is pretty good, or this is amazing, because, ladies and gents, it means that the gross sort of like margin for this asset, it is so good in a way that, ladies and gents, it is a good cash generating or good revenue generating asset, which makes me to be really excited. And I mean, the next time I'll be in of course, Emperor's Palace, I will know that I'm part of the owners of this place, as I own Sun International, or because that place will be owned by Sun International, which is something that is pretty amazing. Now, Sun International plans to acquire hotels, resorts, slots of Piedmont by around 7.3 billion rands. So this deal, or this big acquisition by Sun International, is supposed to cost, or it cost around 7.3 billion rands, which, looking at the fact that Piedmont, ladies and gents, when you look into the full year's earnings, or full year's total revenues they generated for the year 2022 of over 1 billion, makes me to be really excited, because it means that this group, guys, if we are just looking at the EBITDA revenues, or the EBITDA earnings, which of course they declared in, or they announced in 2022, it means that the kind of revenues that they are generating annually can cover their sale in like 7 years, right? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So this 7.3 billion, which is roughly their the acquisition, or the price for this acquisition, can be covered in 7 years if you are to look at the EBITDA revenues that they generate, of course, for the year 2022, which therefore means that in 7 years we can look at the fact that this money that, of course, they're generating annually can pay up this, of course, deal in 7 years, which is something that is pretty amazing. So I know that they've got over 4 billion rands of debt, which that should not be taken very lightly. I mean, obviously, Sun International, when they acquire this company, they will be acquiring also that debt, which I don't think it's a train smash at all, because with the debt added to the acquisition price, you still got 11-12 years to cover both the acquisition price and the debt from the revenues that they're generating, which to me, I think is not that bad. I think it is a good deal, looking at the fact that the traveling and leisure industry as a whole has been recovering, which therefore means that as it continues recovering, we're going to see, of course, the kind of revenues that they are generating on a yearly basis or annually also increasing. So I'm very excited about this deal, ladies and gents, and I think it is a good acquisition by Sun International, because, ladies and gents, when you look into the kind of hotel rooms that, of course, Piedmont Group was owning, there are over 1,600, and they have gaming tables of around 152, with, of course, slot machine, or 3,300 over 3,300 slot machines. So this makes me to be really excited, because, as I'm saying, these are very good assets, especially with the slot machines. You will know that Sun International, like I said, majority of their revenues comes from, of course, their gaming side of the business, and to get to see that they now have 3,000 or over 3,300 slots machines, with, of course, 152 gaming tables, and, of course, over 1,000 600 hotel rooms. This makes me to be really excited because, ladies and gents, with Sun International, I know they are going to transform this business to really generate as much revenue as the other similar generating assets like this arm. I mean, I'm very excited about this acquisition, and I hope to see Sun International transform this Piermont Group's asset to be in the same, or to be at par with the kind or similar generating assets that Sun International already owns. So I'm very excited about this, and I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that likes button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least to get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, I am happy about this whole transition, or this big acquisition which just got announced a couple of days ago, which, ladies and gents, is making me to be really excited, or a happy shareholder of Sun International, because this will increase their revenue, will, of course, I know, increase their debt. But revenue side, or when you look into the revenue side of the business, this to me, it is pretty amazing, because especially as you know that Sun International, a couple of 2-3 years ago, they of course sold their international, some of their international assets, or all of their international assets, namely Sun Latam, which of course was also generating some good revenues for them, but sort of like struggled during the pandemic. So to know that they have acquired this Piermont Group makes me to be really excited, and makes me to think of the good revenues that Sun International could generate from this new acquisition. Otherwise, I make sense in terms of stock market and investment videos. And if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit the likes button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.